but it doesn't. The problem is if I'm correct, having gone through this thousands of times, you get the reward and it stays with you for a second, but then you need other chemicals to kick in for the here and now, right?
Well, that's right. What happens is when we see something, let me take you through the dopamine cycle. It's really easy to understand, especially when you hear it in contrast to what you've always been told. Dopamine is not the happy molecule. It's not the make you smile molecule. That's not it at all. It is the make you curious and desirous molecule. It's the thing that makes you want, as the title says, more. So here's what happens. Your body is tuned, your brain is tuned to alert you, to get you paying attention anytime something new and potentially useful or dangerous or important appears. Now, why would that be? Well, there's a good reason for that. Evolution has led us to being constantly aware of dangers and opportunities. You know, to stay alive, you got to jump out of the way of the tiger.
Right.
Or to stay alive, if you see a piece of fruit, you better grab that and eat it. You better be aware of anything that might be useful to know. So your body makes you want to know more about that thing. And that's what dopamine does. You're walking down the street and suddenly you hear a horn. What do? You turn around. There's dopamine kicking in. That's an unusual thing. I didn't expect to hear a horn. I better look around and see what it is.
I'm just going to interrupt 1 second.
In the middle of the day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm interrupting 1 second. So this is kind of like fight or flight too, right? I mean, this is causing you to be aware so that you can be safe because your brain wants you to be safe. You need to be alert.
Right.
You need to get out of the way of the tiger that's chasing you or whatever.
Yeah. Fight or flight is a little bit different, but the pay attention part of fight or flight is exactly the same.
Okay.
So fight or flight is a little further down the road, as you'll see.
Oh, all right.
What happens is anything new and fresh, anything unusual gets your attention. You hear a knock at the door in the middle of the day, and it's the postman, and you're usually pretty excited about that because, I wasn't expecting a package. I wonder what's in it.
Oh,
that wonderful anticipatory feeling you have, that's dopamine. Now, that motivates you to go and explore more, find out what it is. Obviously, you want to open the package. And as soon as you know what it is that got your attention, as soon as you know what grabbed you, then the problem is solved. You know what it is and whether it's a good thing, a bad thing, a useful thing. And the feelings that you have at that point are no longer dopaminergic. They're not about, I wonder what this is. Your feelings are now, I have to enjoy this with my senses. Is it something to look at, to eat, to touch, to play with? I enjoy it in the here and the now. So dopamine makes us look ahead. It makes us anticipate, while the here and nows, that's all the rest of the neurotransmitter chemicals in your brain. They all allow us to enjoy things in the moment. So that's the dopamine cycle. Surprise or possibility triggers good feeling dopamine anticipation, and then we hand off to the here and now. And that's where the problem often happens, is we're not capable of really enjoying it because nothing feels as good as the anticipatory promise of dopamine.
Oh, that explains so much. So Amazon is creating so much dopamine. Okay, all respect to Amazon. I use it a lot because it's so easy, right? I don't want to go in any stores anyways. Kelsey, do you like going shopping and stuff? Okay, she does like to shop. You do like to shop? We're bringing Kelsey in for a second here. So have you ever had that feeling, Kelsey, when like there's a package for you and you're wondering, what is it? Because I had one the other day. It showed up at my office. I didn't know what it was. I was so excited. Like, what's in it? The problem is when I opened it up, I remember, it's only that. I felt better before opening it than when I opened it.
It's like a surprise.
Well, the thrill that Kelsey gets going shopping is the same thing in the store, because you see something. I don't know what you like to shop for, Kelsey. Let's say you like, I don't know, maybe you like shoes. I don't know. You see a pair of shoes, and that's a dopaminergic thrill too, because you go, ooh, if I had those shoes, ooh, I bet I'd look good, or I'll bet somebody would like these shoes that I like, or it would just be fun to have them. So you start anticipating what your life would be like with those shoes. So even when you know what's in the box, there can be a lot of pleasure right up until you buy the shoes and you take them home. And then there's no anticipation. It's more about, I've got these shoes, now how am I going to enjoy them? And it's a different kind of pleasure. So this dopamine cycle is all around us.
That's fascinating, isn't it? Oh, my gosh. I mean, it explains so much. You know, what's interesting, Michael, is we've already talked and I've read the book, but the way you describe this resonates so much with me on so many levels, because I think probably all of us can relate to this. And there is that thing. There is that thing of what's in the box, what's in the envelope. And then you know, it's seldom, you know, actually I was thinking the other day about a couple of things. Like there's certain things that happen, like maybe, oh, I don't know, you finish a race or you receive an award that might have been driving you, or, oh, this challenge. By the way, folks, please vote for me. Go to carlsterling.com, Carl with a K, because I'm in this challenge for Mr. Muscle and Fitness Magazine. This is perfect, Michael. Perfect, because right now I'm in first place, and the top 5 voting continues until Thursday night. And I don't know what happens after that, but there's more public voting. Well, I'm in first place. I am anticipating that, first of all, I want to stay there. I want to make the top 5. Let's say I win this competition and I win the money and I win the 2-page spread, which will allow me to reach potentially 7 million readers. I wonder how it'll feel after it's all done. Is that on track with what we're talking about, Michael?
It's